Last time, we ended with a promise, from one restless body to 1,000. Picture a traveler crossing an open field, long after midnight, in a year of famine. Ahead, a low hill on the horizon. And then the hill lifts its head. Two empty sockets, wide as gates. A jaw the size of a doorway, clattering in the dark. It is built from bones, thousands of them, and it has been waiting for someone walking alone. Tonight, the Gashadokuro.
Welcome to Yokai Night. Every few nights, I take one Japanese yokai and dig into its history, its legends, and its monsters' cuisines around the world. Tonight, the giant of the graveyard, the Gashadokuro.
The Gashadokuro is a colossal skeleton, by most tellings 15 times the height of a person, assembled from the bones of people who died and were never properly buried, the starved, the fallen in war, the lost to plague.
Wait, it's made of many people's bones, not one?
That's the chilling part. It isn't one ghost, it's a multitude. The rage and grief of countless unmourned dead, pulling itself together into a single towering body that wanders the night.
And if you meet it?
It grabs the lone traveler and bites them apart. Some say you get one warning, a ringing in your ears in the silence, just before its teeth start to clatter. You may already know its shape, that giant skeleton you fought in Nioh, or faced in Shin Megami Tensei. The real folklore is stranger. Where does it come from? From a very old fear. In old Japan, to die without anyone to bury you or pray for you was a terrible fate. Those dead had a name, the Mu-en Bo-to-ke, the bondless dead, with no family left to tend them.
And there were a lot of them.
Tragically, yes. The Ga Kizo-shi, a 12th century scroll of the hungry ghosts, shows them exactly, bellies swollen, hair like flame, crouched among living people who cannot see them. That was the fate people feared. A soul left and fed turned to hunger and resentment, and the bones themselves remembered. The worst years were unspeakable. The 10 May famine of the 1780s killed tens of thousands across the north. Watanabe Kazan drew what famine relief looked like, a rescue shed with its paper lantern, and a crowd of the starving, half of them children, queuing for one bowl of rice. Travelers wrote of roads lined with the dead, with no one left alive to carry them to a grave.
And those unburied dead were considered especially dangerous?
In the old belief, deeply so. A single ghost might haunt one house. But the Goryo, the wrathful spirits of the collective dead, could poison an entire province. The more who died unmourned, the greater the fury.
Was there anything people could do?
There was a custom for exactly this, the segaki, a right to feed the hungry dead, and at Obon, families welcomed the spirits home. This print records a great segaki service held after the Onsei earthquake of 1855, priests setting out food and water, while across the top of the page the dead crowd in by the thousand, faces beyond counting. The Gashadokuro is the nightmare of what happens when no one performs those rites at all, the dead, uncounted and unfed, rising together. The most famous picture of this monster is one of the greatest prints in all of Japanese art, Otaga Wakune Yoshi's Taki Yasha the Witch and the Skeleton Spectre, from around 1844.
What's happening in it?
It shows Princess Taki Yasha, daughter of the rebel Lord Taira Mr Sokado, in the ruined palace at So-Mr. The court has sent a warrior, Mitsugune, to hunt her. She unrolls a scroll of dark magic, and out of the shadows rears a giant skeleton to crush him. The story behind it is remarkable in its own right. The portrait that survives shows him seated in court black, a sword at his side, Taira Mr Sokado, a warlord who, in the year 939, seized 8 eastern provinces and declared himself the new emperor. The court sent armies. He was killed in 940, but his legend only grew.
And Takiyasha carried on his rebellion?
In the tale, yes, she retreated to the ruined palace at So-Mr and studied sorcery to avenge him. The print itself is a triptych, 3 wood-block sheets meant to hang side by side. On the left, Ta-Ki-Ya-Sha reads the scroll. In the center, meet Skull-Ne braces behind his sword. And rearing across the center and right, the skeleton pushes through a torn reed curtain, one of the most dramatic compositions in all of ukiyo-e.
So she's the one who calls it up.
She is. And that single image, the bone-white giant peering through a torn curtain, did more than any tale to fix the Gashadokuro in the imagination. It is dread and beauty at once, the unburied dead, given a face the size of a temple gate. Now, here's a twist most people don't expect. The giant skeleton is old, but the name Gashadokuro is not. Most scholars note that the word, and the tidy monster we describe today, were popularized in the 20th century, in the great yokai books of the Showa era.
So, we half-invented it recently?
In a sense. Modern writers gathered scattered old beliefs about vengeful bones and the unburied dead, and gave them one unforgettable name. The folklore underneath is genuinely old, the neat label on the jar is new.
And Kuneyo she changed the story to, didn't he?
In the original 1807 novel, Princess Ta-Ki-Ya-Sha summons a whole horde of small skeletons. Kuneyo she ignored that and painted one colossal skeleton instead, studying imported Dutch anatomy drawings to get the bones right. He invented the icon we picture today.
One particular place?
No, and that is what makes it so frightening. It needs no shrine and no grave. Wherever enough people once died unmourned, an old battlefield, a famine valley, the bones can simply gather and stand up. Here's our reading. The Gashadokuro is a culture's conscience made monstrous, the fear that the dead we forget do not forgive, and that bones left in the dark are only waiting to be counted. And across Japan, it presides over a whole family of bone spirits, reported in every region. There's the Kyo Kontsu, the fury of bones thrown down a well, rising as a skeleton wrapped in mist, drawn by Seki-en himself. There's the Honeo-na, the bone woman, who visits the man she loved in life, lovely to his eyes alone, a bare skeleton to everyone else. And the Ga-ki, the hungry ghosts of those who died craving. Many believe the giant's name itself, Gasha, comes from Ga-ki, the starving dead, scaled up to a mountain of bone. Here's what surprises people. The masked, unmourned dead, and death itself, pictured as a giant skeleton, turn up in cultures right across the world.
Other countries have a giant skeleton too?
In spirit, yes. In France, and across medieval Europe, the Danse Macabre, death leading king and beggar alike in a dance of skeletons after the Great Plagues. In Iceland, the Draugr, the swollen, blue-black dead who climb from their burial mounds. To stop one, you wrestled it back in and sealed the mound with stone. In Mexico, La Cadrina, and there it flips. On the Day of the Dead the skeleton wears flowers, and the dead are welcomed home. The same bones, the opposite feeling. And in India, the Prey Tar, the hungry ghost of the starved dead. That idea traveled to Japan, became the Ga-ki, and gave our giant its name.
Everywhere, the dead we failed to lay to rest.
Everywhere. So tell me, in your country's stories, what happens to the dead that no one mourns? There's no shrine to the Gashadokuro, but the story has a real address. In the heart of Tokyo's business district stands Mr. Sokado-zuka, the mound said to hold the head of Taira no Mr. Sokado, whose daughter is our witch. To this day, people leave offerings there, and few dare disturb it. In 1923, the government tried to demolish the mound to build offices. Workers fell ill, several died. They rebuilt it. In the 1940s, the American occupation planned to pave it over for a parking lot. A bulldozer flipped on flat ground. They left it alone. Just a few streets away stands Kanda Myojin, one of Tokyo's great shrines, which enshrines Mr. Sokado himself as a god of prosperity. The rebel who was beheaded became a protector of the city that killed him.
The city made him a god?
And far to the north, so Mr. in Fukushi Mr. Sokado's old domain and the setting of Kuneyoshi's print. Every July, hundreds of armored horsemen ride in the So Mr. no Mr. Ori, a festival that has run for over 1,000 years, samurai in full regalia, galloping under Mr. Sokado's banner. And the giant still towers across games and manga, a fearsome boss in Nioh, a storied demon in Shin Megami Tensei, and a looming presence from New Orion no Mago to the recent Kagurabachi. Here's our last thought. Every famine and every war left bones the living couldn't count. The Gashadokuro is what memory does with them. It gathers the forgotten into one shape too vast to ignore, and makes us look.
That's a Gashadokuro, a mountain of bone built from everyone the world forgot to bury. Cross an empty field at night, and if your ears start to ring, don't wait to see the hill stand up. Subscribe for a new yokai every few nights. Next time, the shape-shifting cat, the bakeneko. Sleep well.
And if you want more monsters, our sister channel Monster Atlas explores the beasts and cryptids of the whole world.